Hello there, welcome to Saberduel Gaming, where we always take the high ground, and welcome to WWE2K25, and welcome to Saberduel Wrestling. And we are starting with a situation that may be hard to believe, as former tag team champions China and Rhea Ripley have apparently formally ended that rivalry, or that partnership, sorry, as Rhea Ripley seemingly in cahoots now with the team that defeated them for the titles. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan last week defeated China and Rhea, and now Rhea Ripley, who will be facing China for the titles at YouTube, for the singles title at YouTube Mania, has seemingly turned on her partner. And if this means that the Judgment Day have now garnered Rhea Ripley into their ranks as well, then the Judgment Day are looking very strong. We have got a very, very stacked card for you tonight, including one hell of a main event. But we'll wait till this particular backstage brawl is finished before we discuss the card. And if China is now the enemy of this massively improved Judgment Day, she is going to need backup, because she is in serious trouble. Raquel Rodriguez lobs China down. And China, who is our women's world champion, is in serious trouble. Oh, face into the glass. Rhea picks up China. Straight down. And this looks like we have an improved and even more dominant version of the Judgment Day. Okay, so now that little backstage brawl is out the way, let's take a look. Can you hear me now? I did. Can you hear me? Just say yes if you can. Yes if you can. I mean, I'm listening to it on my stream. And I can hear me. So you can hear my angelic voice now. Lovely. That's frustrating that you couldn't hear me voice before. I might crop down the video a little bit afterwards. So, Raza, to answer your question, is this a WCW tribute? Hello, Fabrizio. I had said hello to you both before. I have been responding. This is the stream I do every Thursday, the wrestling stream I do every Thursday. But I did add a WCW themed main event when after what you told me. He thought I was having a moment of silence. No, just a dodgy lead. We'll probably crop that match out of the stream. I'll see if I can edit the stream so it sort of starts here. So just in case. Hello there, welcome to Saberduel Gaming, where we always take the high grounds, and welcome to our Saberduel Wrestling stream. This isn't technically the start. The stream started earlier, but there's a good chance I might have to crop out the earlier bits because of shenanigans with my headset. So just to let you know, Ravishing Rick Rude has just defeated Carlito, Rick Rude of DX, taking on Carlito at Judgment Day. And earlier on at the start, we saw Raquel Rodriguez being teamed up with Rhea Ripley, jumping Rhea Ripley's former tag team partner, Chyna, backstage. There's your storyline context for everybody. So frustrating. Raza said, when did Val Venus got a mustache? Oh, disrespect to Ravishing Rick Rude there. And Fabrizio, they said the stream has started. It has now. Raza says, since it's Thursday, welcome to WCW Thunder. Well, this is going to have something of a WCW theme. And we're going to go on with a theme. This is a title. This title that I use on this channel is actually named after a WCW pay-per-view. So let's go with that. It is the Halloween Havoc title. Damian Priest defending against Kane. The Halloween Havoc title, which is named after WCW. And we are going to make it... What type of match should we make it? Do you know what? As we're probably going to start the stream here, so we're going to lose out on a lot. We're going to make it a casket match. Fabrizio says, isn't WrestlePalooza a PLE from WCW? WrestlePalooza is a pay-per-view from ECW. Raz says, matter of fact, gonna watch WCW tonight. Good call. Raza says, don't recall WCW having casket matches. I don't think so. I think they were mainly based around The Undertaker. But given that it's a Halloween Havoc title, Fabrizio says, how do you all watch WCW footage, or how do you watch it? If you go on YouTube, WWE has actually just made a WCW channel. And it's got full pay-per-views, full shows, or just clips on there. So plenty to watch. So yeah, I would particularly advise you to check out Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. That's an absolute classic. Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg was another brilliant match. The Gratch picks. I don't know what are you trying to say, graphics? Sting versus Vader was another good match, yeah. Fritio said, I watched Bret Hitman Hart versus Goldberg. And Raza said, Juventus Guerrero had some good matches. There was a lot of really good wrestlers and good matches in WCW. Unfortunately, WCW usually wreck things a bit with their booking. They often overcomplicated things and overbooked stuff. I remember watching a cage match that they'd specifically said was not couldn't be won by pinfall. The whole point was that it had to be escape the cage, and it ended by pinfall. It was just the worst thing. Cruiserweight matches were great as well, yeah. Some of the stuff with Raven I really enjoyed. Fabrizio says that big gold belt WCW had was beautiful. My favourite WCW belt was the US title. Their US title was so nice. It may be one of the top 10 nicest belts of all time. Definitely the nicest US one. Raza says the Nitro logo was beautiful. And Raza also says the US title was nice. I've got that. I've actually got a full-size replica of the WCW US title. I was literally setting up a new unit I've got to display me title belts. Their tag team title belts were nice, actually. The WCW women's title was possibly one of the ugliest belts of all time. I will say that. Ritzio says, I want a replica belt too. I want one. They ain't cheap. WCW had some very good tag teams. But they often also put, like, main stars in the tag divisions as well. Like Sting and Lex Luger teamed up quite a few times. Fabrizio says, I want a Saberduel Wrestling Championship replica belt. Do you know what? If I could have a belt made, like if money was no option, I would absolutely have a Saberduel Wrestling title belt made. Lots of times you see like wrestling YouTube channels have their own title belt made, and you see it in the back of videos and stuff. Raz says, I'm talking like proper tag teams. Well, you had the Outsiders, you had the Steiner Brothers. There comes the Casket, Harlem Heat. I'm trying to think who else. The Nasty Boys. You're literally saying them just before I say them. Fabrizio says, how are WWE Championships made? They have molds that they make. They make numerous ones. There's not just one of each belt because the wrestlers don't always carry them round. So they often have them. I couldn't stand Ernest the Cat Miller. Fabrizio says the Dudley Boys were never in WCW. They weren't, but they were WCW champions. After WWE bought WCW, they put the title belts on quite a few different people, but they still kept them, and they legally owned the rights to. So it is official that both the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys despite never being in WCW, were WCW champions. Do you mean like custom title belts? I don't know how they're made, but there are belt makers. They usually have like a base mold, and then they add stuff to it before they print it out, sort of thing. Damian Priest, who is of the Judgment Day here. Oh, DDT'd. Oh, straight back up. Raven was probably one of the most underused wrestlers ever. Ironically enough, the company that probably used him best was TNA. Yeah, I like DDP as well. I always wanted to see WWE do more with DDP. Again, DDP actually had a nice little run in TNA, and I really wish they'd given him the title. I did not know that Raven did a music video. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it's a bad landing for Kane. Here's a question for you, Raza, and Fabrizio, feel free to join in this one if you would like to. Who would you say are the top 5 wrestlers that you think are synonymous with WCW? I'll let you put one tag team on there as a team if you want to. So a top 5 wrestlers, not that your favourites, but you think are the most, when you think WCW, you couldn't have it without them. Fabrizio says the Usos. Yeah, I don't think that counts. So I was asking, which wrestlers do you think are the most synonymous with WCW? Sting, that's one. Definitely a good one. I would have said Sting as well, I think. DDP, says Raza. Damian Priest. Lies! Booker T. Booker T's an interesting one. I'm not sure I would have put him on a top 5. Scott Steiner. Fabrizio says, was Scott Steiner in WCW? Absolutely was, mate. In many ways, I would say it was WCW was the company he was most associated with. He also had an okay run in WWE. And a couple of good runs in TNA, to be fair. Raza says Booker T was the last WCW champion. He was, and he was also the last US champion, I believe. Fabrizio says Scott Steiner, Bret Hitman Hart, Goldberg, and Hulk Hogan. Fair play. They're all good wrestlers. Oh, bounced on the casket. Raz says Booker carried the company during its bad years. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Sting, absolutely, Fabrizio. Sting has to be on it. Raza says this is a hot take, and my God, it is. But I'll throw Disco Inferno in there. All right, hey. Each to their own. Ooh. Who were you saying Sting is number 1 because he didn't join another company? I mean, he didn't leave them for another company. He actually ended up doing longer, I think, in TNA than he did in WCW. PJ says, howdy Saber in chat. Oh. Really enjoyed you and your Gaming Lords Resident Evil video. Well, it was as much yours as it was mine and Gaming Lords, dude. I know you weren't able to do full audio, but you were just as involved in that, mate, so... There's just as much credit and thanks goes to you in that, PJ. Sting is very much in TNA and was in a lot of ways just as important to TNA as he was to WCW. And I actually really enjoyed his time in TNA because I was a huge TNA fan. Frizio says, the great Khali was never in WCW. No, he was not. Hello, Muppet Features. And I really appreciated, by the way, PJ, you being involved in that video, so thank you very much. Oh, yeah, when it comes to... So, Fabrizio was asking about some of the worst in WCW. The 7 character was awful. Yes. Oof. Yeah, Khali wasn't in wrestling, I don't think, until WWE. To answer the question from before, by the way, the worst in WCW. I am gonna... Oh, I'm being about to be bamboozled. Ouch. Oh, crappens. Oh. I think the worst in WCW. It's really hard to say. I mean, the thing is, the 7 character was the worst, which was Goldust's character. But his time in WCW, he still did some very good stuff. David Arquette, yes. David Arquette, the actor from the Scream movies. He was in WCW, and he was their world champion. In fairness to David Arquette, it wasn't his idea. He actually told them they shouldn't make him the champion. Do you want to know who's the worst for WCW? Was, I'll tell you who, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, and I'm saying this seriously, this is not a joke, this is not banter. Oklahoma was a character that was an overweight commentator who was meant to be a joke about JR, WWE commentator JR, and he actually faked having Bell's palsy, a genuine, real medical condition, to make fun of JR. He also was involved in matches where he would fight against women and stuff like that and embarrass them, and it was just vile. It was not something we needed to see in wrestling. Oh crap, this is not going well, this is not going well. Come on, get out. Oh! No, it was vile. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you were like a wrestler or or a commentator or whoever else. If someone has an actual health condition, or if someone is, really ill or something bad happens, I don't care who they are, how much you like them or dislike them. It's just, that's not funny. You don't make a joke out of that. The Oz was a bad gimmick as well, considering it was Kevin Nash and they dress him up as the Wizard of Oz. That was diabolical. Fabrizio says, Saber, why does the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy exist? Literally, I think they just wanted to do something to get a lot of wrestlers on the card. And a Battle Royal, give it a trophy or something, helps. I mean, Andre the Giant was very much a legend. And he's a legend that didn't really have as many accolades as you would imagine. He only had one title run in WWE. And technically, he was stripped of that instantly because he tried to give it. Well, he wasn't stripped. He gave it away to, oh, gee me, come on. He gave it away to the $1 Million Man. So he was stripped of it. Wasn't sure which one of us did the move there. Andre the Giant was a cultural icon, though. He was cool. He was very cool. Wow, we are both almost as damaged as each other here, these two. Ow! Ooh, that's a pretty sick-looking move, to be fair. He actually used to drink pint glasses of whiskey as far as the story goes about Andre. Because he was so large that the alcohol wouldn't affect him as fast. The problem was, it still did affect him. Just much, much slower. So then later on the next day in the ring, he would suddenly get ridiculously hit by it. And would end up falling asleep in the middle of the ring. Fabrizio says, who was larger, Yokozuna or Andre? Andre was a lot bigger, sort of height-wise and everything. I think Yokozuna was actually heavier. At his heaviest. And when I say he was heavier, I mean he was deeply unwell heavy. He struggled, his knees, he had to be in tag matches because he couldn't move very easily, so he had to just stand on the side, and sometimes he would get very tired just standing on the ringside. Wasn't good. It wasn't good. Raza said, Viscera was a big dude. Taker didn't like wrestling against him, so he made him join the Ministry of Darkness. That is true. Viscera actually injured Undertaker, and so to avoid having to fight against him, he got him put on his team. That is entirely true. Well, Damian Priest successfully defends the title in the casket match against Kane. Whew, that was a tough one. That was horribly hard. Okay. Now, a good old women's match here. As we are going to have Roxanne Perez. It's been a pleasure to have you here, Razamate. Take care, mate. Let's see. We're going to pick a random female wrestler. We've got Sol Ruka. Let's go with Thea Hall. I don't think we've ever had her on the channel. Fabrizio says, is it the truth that Nia Jax is related to the bloodline? Yes. I believe she's The Rock's cousin. Well, Roxanne Perez being joined by Liv Morgan, and the Judgment Day is just growing stronger by the minute. Fritzio says the whole bloodline tree is confusing. I got a headache from it. It is, and it's because You have people that are actual related, like family by blood. Then you have people who are related by marriage, so their families are interconnected. But you also have people who are, I'm trying to think of the correct terminology, but who sort of families who become family with each other by sort of tradition. Fabrizio says, why is Samoan a gimmick? It's not. Samoa's a place. So they're sort of, it's a family that originates from the Isle of Samoa. Well, this is different. Boom! Have that. Fabrizio says, Nia Jax is the only one in the bloodline who has no tattoos. Maybe. I mean, she might have tattoos. It's hard to know. I mean, her entire sort of her bodysuit covers everything anyway. She could have more tattoos than The Rock for all we know. Roll up by Roxanne. One. Oh, it's a kick out. Oh, flip over. Oh, Roxanne Perez. This is a wrestling clinic here. One. Oh, and it's a kick out. Fabrizio says the tattoos hurt. Yes. Yes, they do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tattoos. Anyone who tells you they don't hurt, I promise you, they are lying. Some people tend to say, oh, it doesn't hurt because they want to sound tough. Some people say, oh, it doesn't hurt because it's what everyone with tattoos say. There are lots of different reasons why people pretend they don't hurt. They do. If you're saying they don't hurt, not only are you lying, but you're blindly ignorant, because it is literally a needle burning ink repeatedly into your skin. Moreover, the longer a tattoo is being done for, the more sensitive the skin gets. So, yes, tattoos do hurt. I would, if it was up to me as well, as someone who has tattoos, I would actually make it so that it was illegal to get a tattoo until you're 21. This is just an opinion, by the way, obviously. I got my first one when I was 18, and I'm quite lucky that the tattoo I got, I still quite like. But I know so many people who got tattoos, and then later on they didn't like the tattoo they got. And yeah, your styles and stuff change. Oh, Roxanne Perez missed that one. And now Thea Hall on the attack. Oh, counter. Counters the counter. Fabrizio says you got to do surgery to remove tattoos. Yeah, you have to have like a sort of laser surgery to burn the ink out. Oh, she missed it again. Oh, my word. Oh, coup de grace off the table. Oh, moonsault. What? We've got, was it some sort of distraction? Whoa! And she's locked in. This was done on purpose, I believe. A fake distraction. Nice try by Thea Hall. Straight over into the pin, but the referee's distracted, doing the turnbuckle. Referee, turn around. Maybe it is Danhausen. He's cursed me, because that's a count of about 20. Oh! I mean, that's a ridiculous move. That was the stupidest move I've ever seen. The hole with the counter. Goes into the corner, come running in. Oh! Boot. And... oh! Split leg into a DDT. And now that top turnbuckle's been exposed. Oh! She's taking it to it. Oh, face first into it. Counter. Goes for the counter again. Locks in. And Roxanne Perez with the win. Fabrizio says, I wonder how WWE referees count perfectly. I mean, they don't. There's definitely some faster ones and some slower ones. But they're actually spoken to. They've got headpieces in that always tell them what they should be doing. So that helps. Okay. Hello, Hardley Quinn says, great fight, Saber. Thank you. We are going to do a tables match. Nope. And with this one, we've got to make sure we've got the right arena here. And this is going to be a tables match, but we are going to make it 2 out of 3. Fabrizio said, Magnificent disappeared. I forgot to uncurse him. Oh, dude. Well, that explains it all, doesn't it? Okay. Well, it will be the Usos. Jimmy and Jay versus the Dudleys. Please don't curse the... Please don't curse the weapons. Ray Dudley. Let's go. Fabrizio says, what's the worst WrestleMania main event of all time? Oh, I mean, Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow's got to be up there. There's a lot of matches that people aren't happy with, so they say it's the worst, but there's some really bad ones. Technically, Roddy Piper versus Mr. T in a boxing match was a main event, and that was diabolically bad. Why, Fabrizio, would you want Travis Scott to be at WrestleMania? I don't mind him coming out if he comes out with The Rock or something like that. But otherwise, Hazel Nezel. Well, the Dudleys defeated the Usos last week to earn the title shot at YouTube Mania against the tag team champions. Well, currently the New Age Outlaws. But we all know that there was some dubiousness in the ending to that match, so they want to make it decisive. Fabrizio says, Randy Orton was calling with Travis Scott on the phone. It makes sense. How does that make sense? When was Randy even ever talking to Travis Scott? I think the only two people that make sense to me, I mean, it could be his dad, but, you know, that would just be a really poor reveal, unfortunately. The only two people it makes sense to be are The Rock or Triple H. I'm not willing to imagine that, Fabrizio. We've done that. It was bad once. I'm not having it again. Oh, Devon. So remember, this is a 2 out of 3 falls tables match. Kevin Owens makes sense, but I just think it would be a little bit anticlimactic for me personally. It'd be cool to see Kevin Owens there, but I hope both of them recover soon. Although I did hear a rumour that Bianca may actually lose her finger, which would be very, very sad. Jimmy Uso has Devon on the outside. Puts him on the table. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about the situation to guess at what should or shouldn't have happened. One table done. And now the Usos have the advantage. Oh, and Devon just got hit with that glass tube, that glass light, and now Bubba. Oh, tandem moves. Fabrizio says surgeries hurt so bad. It depends on the surgery, mate. I happen to know quite a bit about surgeries and recovery, etc. It's part of where around I work, etc., shall we say. But a lot of times you can have surgery and then just walk, go home that day and be absolutely fine. It just depends what it is you haven't done, really. Now suddenly the Dudleys are back in the game. Oh! Fabrizio said, did you ever break anything when I did jiu-jitsu? I did. I broke my ribs whilst training once. One of my best friends unfortunately slipped whilst I was doing a move, and he landed shoulder first into my sternum and then rolled right across my body, and because of his size, it And it wasn't his fault, by the way. But because of his size, it then it broke a couple of my ribs. Oh, people keep breaking this, knocking this ladder down. Oh, Devon. Yeah, it was painful. I will say that it was painful. Surgery wasn't though. I didn't need any surgery or anything from it. Okay, go on. Do it, Jay. No. Oh, Jay, you messed it up, man. Devon, put him on the table. Right, come on, Jimmy. You do it. Jimmy. Yes! And the Usos have earned that title shot, and it will be Bloodline versus D-Generation X at YouTube Mania when the Usos take on the New Age Outlaws for the tag team titles, two of the greatest tag teams of all time. Fabrizio says, I did like a move one time. The mat was so hard, it hurt my back so badly. Yeah, it's why it's really important learning, exactly how to land and stuff. Because those mats aren't soft. They really aren't. A lot of people think, oh, well, it's okay because it's a pad. That doesn't help, man. It still hurts like crazy. See? Well, there you go. You even landed perfectly. It's still bad. There's a few times that landing, it just, no matter how, you get hurt. Okay, well, our next match is going to be for the international title. I mean, yeah, all sports have the chance to hurt, but it all just depends how. I mean, I don't know, mate. If you ever get hit by a tennis ball full blast, I'm pretty sure that would hurt. Okay, this is for the international title. And it is the Judgment Day going up against D-Generation X. And quite frankly, the battle lines appear to have been drawn. The Judgment Day, we have seen time and again, have teamed with the Bloodline. And D-Generation X seem to have chosen their own allies in the New World Order. And that looks like it's going to come heavily into play at YouTube Mania. Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Joined by Finn Balor. Ritzio says the Judgment Day hasn't been paid by Saber. Why makes you say that, dude? He looks disappointed. Oh, he's about to be booked very well. Trust me. And now we have DX. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and X-Pac. We're going to have to change X-Pac's colours, give him the green and black look. And if there was any doubts that D-Generation X has reunited, this should put that to rest. As Shawn Michaels brings back up international title on the line. Dirty Dom is representing Mexico in this one. Don't you go cursing Shawn Michaels, Fabrizio. Whoa, strike. First blood by Dirty Dom. Oh! Well, maybe we'll fit in some more Omos matches in the future for you. X-Pac getting involved here. Fabrizio says maybe next episode. I mean, the next episode will be in the future, so still technically accurate. Oh, Dirty Dom with those kicks to the knees. I think like my arm just went through his body there. Whoa, and a stunner. Michael's taken out both of the Judgment Day. You expect them next time. Well, as I say, we will see. Oh, boot by Dirty Dom. Whoa, 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 whoa. Michaels with the counter. Takes out the knee. Oh, what a DDT by Dom. Rakes the eyes. Richard said, did you once in Saberduel Wrestling, did you lose the title accidentally where you shouldn't have? Yeah, a couple of times. There's been a number of times where matches haven't gone the way they're planned. Sometimes it's absolutely fine because it just keeps it, I just adapt the plans around it. Sometimes it's a problem. Like this time of year, it's a problem because everything that's happening is to build up to what YouTube Mania is going to be. So if something happens wrong, I'm sort of like, right, how do I correct that? For example, the Usos versus the Dudleys that we just had was a rematch because the first match did not go the way it was meant to. So things do go awry. Sometimes if they go differently, I will literally change the plans to suit them. Other times it can't quite work because there's a reason why it's going the way it does. No worries, mate. If you need to go, you go. It's all good. Well, that one went a bit weird. X-Pac kept trying to throw Dirty Dom back into the ring, and he wouldn't go back in. Although that sets up potentially a match between X-Pac and Dirty Dom. Shawn Michaels retains. And it was lackluster, yes. Dun 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 dun. Okay. And now we go for triple threat main. Hello, A-Train, says GG Saber. Thank you very much. It is main event time. And we will have Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. It is the NWO. Versus the TNA Originals. There have been all kinds of issues between Abyss and Hulk Hogan ever since our Elimination Chamber stream. Hulk Hogan eliminated Abyss in the Chamber. Then they had a one-on-one match on Saberduel Wrestling, which Abyss won. You would think that was it, but then Abyss jumped Hogan backstage. And then the Motor City Machine Guns got involved. And then last week, just to add some controversy into it, after New World Order sort of aligned themselves with DX, the Guerrillas of Destiny attacked the Outsiders. Hogan has made it clear the aim of this match is to put Abyss and the Machine Guns behind them so that the New World Order can start focusing on the Bloodline. And for once, I'm not eating Haribo. I'm eating a bit of cake. This is a big main event slot for the TNA Originals. And of course, all three members of the NWO have been in TNA as well. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash were in it in the early days as the Kings of Wrestling. Kevin Nash was also a member of the Main Event Mafia. Hulk Hogan came in to work behind the scenes and was a founding member of Immortal. A lot of different names. But deep down, they've always been NWO for life. Munchie, munchie. Just testing that the audio still works. Just in time to hear myself saying munchie. This should be interesting. The NWO teaming together for the first time since, I think, before... oh my word, Hogan with a choke slam on Abyss. The first time since last year when we had last year's YouTube Mania. Hogan looking for revenge on Abyss here. Makes the tag too. Big Sexy, Big Daddy Cool. Kevin Nash with the elbow. Big clothesline. And all members of the NWO have now been in the ring. And Abyss having a very bad day. And the Motor City Machine Guns won at the tag, and Scott Hall just casually throws him towards them. Hogan tagged back in now. And Abyss quickly makes himself to his feet, but he doesn't make the tag. That could prove to be a mistake. We mentioned before about Hulk Hogan's faction Immortal. Abyss was actually in that. Oh, and there's a knee by Hogan. Big clothesline. And Alex Shelley not doing any better. NWO are looking very strong here. Kick out by Hogan. Oh, and he sidesteps it. Alex Shelley giving up a lot of size and power to the Hulkster here. Hogan with a big suplex. And the fans liking what they're seeing, apparently. Oh, my word. Alex Shelley with a counter. Hits a DDT. Hard. And I believe Hogan is busted open here. Oh. Goes with a big clothesline. Oh, and a counter. Backbreaker. Big boot. Hogan looking to stalk Alex Shelley here. Big slam. Comes off the ropes by Abyss. Hits the leg drop. And he's going for the pin. But Chris Sabin looking to break it up. And that was desperation there. And I think Alex Shelley does not have a clue where he is. Oh, he's managing to fight back out. Again, Alex Shelley and Kevin Nash were at one point in a team together, I believe. Was it Paparazzi or something like that, I think it was called? Oh, my word. And Kevin Nash with the jackknife to the outside. Oh, and he takes out Abyss. And Chris Sabin. This is absolutely dominance. Just dominance by the NWO. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Counter. Alex Shelley takes out the knee. And Kevin Nash lands face first hard. Big clothesline. And he makes the tag to Abyss. And it's the two big men. Abyss goes with the boot. Right hand. Kevin Nash. Abyss counter. Headbutt. Big clothesline. And this really needs to be where TNA get their momentum, because right now they are staring down the barrel of defeat. Oh, Abyss counters. Went for the jackknife, but he dodged it. Oof. Throws Chris Sabin into the ring, and now Abyss with a big power slam to Kevin Nash. Takes him to the outside. Oh, Kevin Nash. Oh, throws Abyss into the steps. So the referee starts the count. Oh, and he takes him past the... Oh, his back just went, did Kevin Nash, and Abyss now drops Big Daddy Cool. Oh, and it's a double axe handle. Trying to get Abyss back into the ring. For some reason, the throw back in doesn't work. Makes the tag to Scott Hall, the bad guy. The former Razor Ramon. Oh, counter. Abyss throws Scott Hall in. Elbow. Oh! Again targeting Scott Hall. Using that power to try and... Oh, and a hip toss onto Abyss. He's going for the suplex, but Abyss counters from behind. Now going for the choke slam. Counter. Oh, chokeslam of his own and nails it. Dragging him over. Launches him to the outside. Oh, Alex Shelley with the counter there. Hogan with the nerve pinch onto Abyss. It's about to take him down. It does. Elbow! And I think it hit Hogan instead. Oh, Abyss into the steel post. This has been such a dominance from the New World Order here. It is now time for the Razor's Edge. Scott Hall has Abyss up, drops him down. Tag made to Hollywood. Hogan hooks the leg. Alex Shelley comes in to try and break it again. Oh, what a slam by Hogan. Now it's Saban who makes it into the ring for the first time. Saban and Hogan. Oh my word. Choke slam. One hand. Chris Saban decimated. Abyss hasn't even been able to leave the ring yet. Oh my word. Kevin Nash launched with a crossbody block by Hogan. And Chris Saban, who may be the last hope for the TNA originals here. Double Irish whip. Hip toss. Hogan removing the turnbuckle pad. We know the kinds of shenanigans to expect. Whoa, elbow, Saban. Into the neck breaker. Saban now getting some momentum here. So the referee fixes the turnbuckle pad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Went for the super kick. Oh! Hogan went for the big boot, and at the same time, Saban with the super kick. Hogan makes it to his feet. Oh! Instantly big boot on Alex Shelley. And this could be over. Oh no, Shelley counters. Boot. Comes up. Oh, and he hits it. Sliced bread. Oh my word. Hogan straight back up. Into the knee. Quickly makes the tag to Nash. Alex Shelley is attacking Scott Hall, but Scott Hall isn't the legal man. He doesn't seem to realize that. Irish whip into the corner. Oh my word. Alex Shelley in trouble. Big sidewalk slam. And he went for the jackknife, and it was countered. big right hand knocks him off the edge. Saban taken out. Abyss taken out. Alex Shelley trying to get back into the ring. And, oh. And he does, manages to counter, takes down Kevin Nash, hooks the leg. Kick out. Alex Shelley getting some momentum going here. Shoulder tackle to Saban. And he's going now for the jackknife. Nails it. Ow. Rude. Hooks the leg. And in comes Abyss. Irish whip again. Big back body drop. Knee into the, let's say the back of the quadricep. Hogan, big fist. Oh, and it's a huge back body drop by Hogan. Picks up Saban. Goes for the slam. Off the ropes. Hits the leg drop. He's going for the pin now. Abyss. Where's the... Oh, and it's actually Alex Shelley that makes the pin. I'm pretty sure he kicked the referee there. Alex Shelley strikes Hogan. Now it's a roll-up by Saban. Kick out by Hulkster. And TNA looking to get a little bit back into this. Big boot. Comes off the ropes again. Nails the leg drop. Hooks the leg. This time no one's coming in to interfere. And the NWO with the win. The Outsiders are back. The NWO is back. And it looks like DX finally has backup in their feud against the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. And that gets a 5-star greatest of all time rating. If you insist, I will take that. You have to give me a second, guys. My battery has died on my phone, so I'm just going to power that up. Just so I can say thank you and goodbye to everyone who has been here. Okay, let's see. Now my phone has been fully charged. Yeah, we can exit that screen. It's alright for you guys, but I can hear the music on loop, and that gets a little frustrating. I do want to apologise that the stream was so tricky towards the start. There was no audio at one point. First of all, it started the stream, and then it said it wasn't happening, and then it was. So you've got two streams, which is very weird. So let's check this out. I would like to say thank you to Muppet Features, Hardly Quinn, A-Train, Fabrizio Empire, Raza is Retro, and PJ Venom. What a lineup of people to swing by. Very, very grateful to everybody. I believe by the time we get round to next week, the Resident Evil month stuff will have finished. There will be a couple more Resident Evil streams coming up over the next couple of days. And then we are on the road to YouTube Mania. Let me tell you what matches have already been confirmed for YouTube Mania. Hey, Gaming Lord, how you doing, buddy? I'm just wrapping up this stream, as I know we have some plans to do. Upcoming matches for YouTube Mania will be for the Saberduel Wrestling title, a Bloodline rules match, Triple H versus The Rock. We will have a Saberduel Wrestling women's title, Hell in a Cell, Rhea Ripley versus Chyna. And we will have a steel cage match, Roman Reigns versus Hollywood Hogan. Other matches we will see as well that have been confirmed. The tag team titles will be on the line. The New Age Outlaws of D-Generation X defending versus the Usos of the Bloodline. It is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you then. Until next time, guys, take care and take the high ground.